Thank you, Madam Chairman, members of the committee. Martin Harris, Legislative Officer, Maryland Department of Transportation, in opposition to HB 682. We really have several concerns with the bill. First of all, starting with where we are right now, there are some federal issues that are actually involved here because of the rules that were passed going back to the ICE-T Transportation Federal Bill going back to 1991. We are in an interstate and also international agreement through which our commercial vehicles are actually already being apportioned their fees based on vehicles' mileage travels based on the states that they're in. That's how vehicle apportionment fees are done. So that would already put this bill in conflict with what is already in federal practice. The major thing that we have as a problem with the bill, however, has to do with, as you all know, there's a lot of discussion about transportation funding and where we're going to go from here. Vehicle miles traveled is not something that the department is doing right now. It's not something that we're actively pursuing in any sort of way, but it is one of the range of options that are being considered not only here in the state of Maryland, but as has been mentioned elsewhere around the country. And this is a new and somewhat of emerging direction and option that's being pursued and looked at for transportation funding. And we think we're strongly against having any sort of options being limited right now. These things are new, and they're things that we need to be able to consider as we go forward as we're looking for new and more sustainable sources of revenue. So we're against it because we need to be able to preserve that option.
Delegate Dwyer.
Thank you very much. So you really don't have a problem as an agency in requiring someone's private vehicle to be tracked and traced?
Delegate, we are not
That's a yes or no.
No, actually, thank you very much, Madam Chair. I appreciate that. We are not advocating or requiring the placement of anything in anybody's vehicle. I am not sure exactly what is being referred to. I suspect it may be part of the recommendation that was part of the Blue Ribbon Commission report, which actually, although MDOT was part of it, was comprised of public and private sector folks, people from the industry, the auto industry, the environmental communities, all sorts of folks. It's not something that MDOT is requesting or pushing onto the citizens of the state.
I'm not sure that really answered my question, which is the reason I wanted a yes or no answer.
Okay.
Let's try again. You said that you don't want your department to be limited in the potential of any additional funding sources, and that I'm drawing some conclusions here, that by tracking someone's mileage on their private vehicle, in the future, the department may or may not be able to tax that as a service or as a revenue generator for support of highways. Is that basically where you're getting at?
What I'm getting at, Delegate, is that there are a range of funding considerations that are being offered. We spent a while early in the hearing talking about different privatization things that are relating to things like the ICC, which also weren't done years ago. This is very much like that would have been 20 or 25 years ago, where we're looking at what are the new potential things that may be able to be done at some point.
Okay, so is tracking someone's mileage on their vehicle part of what you're looking at as a potential revenue generator?
Being able to determine how far and how much a vehicle utilizes Maryland roads is something that we'd be interested in knowing. If you're going
So
to
that's a yes. I'm looking for yes and no answer. That's a yes.
Well, Delegate, I understand that you're looking for yes and no answers, but part of the reason why we are in this position having these large discussions we're having around these revenue issues is that they're oftentimes just not that simple of an answer for these questions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Chair.